Well, bienvenue, bonsoir, welcome, and good evening to the first Montreal Soup Sisters event. Quand quelqu'un est malade, notre première pensée est de faire une bolle de soupe. C'est un symbole de confort. It's that idea that led Sharon Hampton to the creation of Soup Sisters in Calgary in 2009. Now there are 20 nonprofit organizations across Canada who benefit from Soup Sisters and Soup Brothers. Des gens comme vous réunissent pour faire du soupe pour des femmes qui doivent aller à des refuges pour la violence conjugale ou des jeunes sans-abri. The beneficiary of Soup Sisters Montreal is the Maison Flora Tristan, a shelter for victims of domestic violence who are new to Quebec. J'avais le plaisir de faire un reportage au sujet de la Maison Flora Tristan il y a quelques années. J'étais impressionnée par le nombre de langages parlés par les bénévoles et les employés, qu'il y a une bonne connaissance de différentes cultures aussi. Ce qui est essentiel pour des femmes qui sont nouvelles ici et qui doivent faire face à des problèmes de violence conjugale. It is no coincidence that I am at this event. I spoke with Sharon when the Soup Sisters cookbook launched. I jumped at the opportunity to talk about a Montreal operation, not only because it's a great community project, but also because of my grandmother, who was essentially my third parent. She passed away in September, and in the Year of Flowers, we asked that donations be made to the Maison Flora Tristan. She grew up on a farm in India, the eldest of 8 children. Because her family was poor, she saw more than one sister end up in an arranged marriage that turned out to be abusive. She was lucky to escape that fate, and it's something that she always reminded us of. In that time, there was no way out. My mother, my sister, and I wanted to help an organization that gave women a way out, even if they didn't think there was one. My grandmother was also one of the best cooks, and she would have fed the entire neighborhood if we let her. She never wanted anyone to go hungry, so I think that all of this was meant to happen somehow. J'invite maintenant la fondatrice de Soup Sisters et Broth Brothers, Sharon Hampton, de prendre la parole.
I am so very excited to welcome you all as Montreal's inaugural Soup Sisters. And tonight, as the inaugural Soup Sisters of Montreal, what you've helped us to do is become sustainable on behalf of Maison Flora Tristan. So, you know, we've purchased, actually we've had donated a freezer for them, and they will have a designated Soup Sisters freezer. So I want to thank you all just for being part of this, and the warmth and enthusiasm in our 12th city here tonight has been absolutely fantastic. I'll give you a little bit of history on Soup Sisters because I do get asked so often how it all started. I went for a walk one day and I was approaching the empty nest. My second child was leaving for university. I was approaching a milestone birthday that ends in a 0. That's my line. And all of these things. And on that walk that day, I realized I had a lot of questions for what I wanted to do next and who I wanted to be and those kinds of things. And I realized I was alone, and I realized I had made soup all my life for family and friends. And I was always the one that showed up on their doorstep. I had a girlfriend whose house burned down, and every week I brought her a different color. That's what I did to take care of the people I love. And in that very moment, I realized, well, I'm a soup maker. That is what I am. And you know, why couldn't this be bigger? And why couldn't we be doing this for more people other than just me and all of you, I'm sure as well, who make soup for family and friends? And something I realized too, just really, really recently, I was asked to write a foreword for the Soup Sisters cookbook, which was the very moment I realized that I was the author of it. I didn't quite get it before that. But all our lives, when we were children, my mother used to say to us, and just remember, she'd say, I never opened a can. And we'd look at her and we'd go, yeah, okay, whatever. We didn't really know what that meant. And there was 4 of us. One of us, besides me, is here tonight as well. My sister Rena, who came from Paris. Hi. The comedian in the family. But anyway, what I realized is that what she was telling us is this is how I know best to take care of you with love. And I thought, well, where did this come from, me and this need to do this? And well, there it is, right there is, you know, we were raised with a lot of love through a lot of food. And we're now, as I said, in 12 cities. We're supporting over 25 women's shelters across the country. We also make soup for youth in crisis, kids who are 16 to 24, transitioning from street culture into mainstream society. So really our mandate is to nurture and nourish, and that's what we do. So after that very first night on my birthday, when I had 30 girlfriends come together and make soup with me, and we delivered an enormous amount of fresh, beautiful soup the very next day to the Calgary Women's Emergency Shelter, and I knew that we had a very simple mandate, and that was, as I say, to nurture and nourish women and children whose lives have been affected by domestic abuse and family violence. So tonight, we are gonna make 6 very large soups under the guidance of the most amazing Anne Desjardins. Who came really on a cold call from Gail Corbo, one of our coordinators, and I thank you so much for understanding so instantly who we are. It's a little bit who you are too, so thank you. And Daniel Trottier from the Académie Culinaire, he'll be here at every event. We're gonna be here every single month, so we always ask our inaugural Soup Sisters to be our networkers. We want you to walk away from here today and tell people you did something fantastic, that you did something hands-on, that you came together with your community to show your support and to create one very giant hug and a bowl for the women and children at Maison Flora Tristan. And also we have Lise from the shelter here, and she'll be speaking as well. Sonali is actually going to introduce everybody, but I want you all to know that 3 women came to me as strangers. They emailed me and they said, we love this idea, and they came as individuals. They are now becoming friends of each other and friends of mine as well. So I'd like to introduce Janice Corelli. Oh, I knew I was going to do something wrong. Sylvie Calder and Janice Morelli. At least, well, one letter wrong, and Gail as well. So these are our 3 Montreal coordinators, and they're going to ensure that every single month we are making the most fresh, fabulous, amazing soup for the shelter. And again, thank you all. It's such a pleasure to be here in the snow with my sister from Paris. It is soup making weather, and that's what it's supposed to be. So thank you. I'm thrilled. Thank you so much.
The beneficiaries of Soup Sisters Montreal is the Maison Flora Tristan. Il existe depuis 23 ans en offrant des services d'hébergement et de soutien aux femmes de communautés ethnoculturelles qui vivent une situation de violence conjugale. Il est ouvert 24 heures, 7 jours par semaine. In 2009, Maison Flora Tristan expanded to include a long-term stay shelter with 9 transitional housing units. And to tell you more about the Maison Flora Tristan, j'invite la directrice générale Lise Gagné de vous dire quelques mots.
Maison Flora Tristan is a home that provides shelter and support for immigrant women and their children. And we are so happy to have been chosen, like a bright star. I don't know, just get a phone call and you say, well, you won a lottery or something. And I'm very, very happy that you're all here. And I'll be here every month because I'll be cooking every month too. Thank you so much. And again, thank you so much, Sharon and Gail and everyone else, to have chosen la Maison Flora Tristan.
Notre chef pour la soirée est une femme exceptionnelle, and you know what I'm talking about if you've eaten at her restaurant. I have thrown the calories out the window a couple of times. She's a self-taught chef who developed her skills by working with hospitality schools and some of the best chefs around. Largement publiée, elle a reçu le prix du meilleur livre de recettes par Gourmand World Cookbook Awards. She is a strong voice and a pioneer, or one of the pioneers of the Buy Local movement, and is also a Chevalier de l'Ordre National du Québec, and we're honored to have with us Anne Desjardins.
Je vais dire un petit mot. Alors, j'ai été très touchée lorsque Gail Corbo m'a appelé pour participer au projet. Je ne vais pas répéter tout ce qui a déjà été dit, de très touchant sur le refuge, mais je vais vous parler peut-être un peu de l'émotion, un peu d'un chef qu'on peut avoir lorsqu'on parle de partager une soupe ou des choses comme ça. Je dois dire que les chefs, on est très sollicités pour faire partie de levée de fonds pour des œuvres de charité et puis même tellement sollicité que parfois il faut dire, eh bien, faut être aussi dans son restaurant, quoi. On ne peut pas toujours cuisiner ailleurs. Mais lorsqu'elle m'a parlé du projet, le principe d'une soupe et d'une communauté de gens qui vont cuisiner ensemble, et puis nous, les chefs, on cuisine ensemble pour après redonner à, disons, moi, l'aspect technique aussi m'intéressait beaucoup parce que ce sont vraiment les gens qui vont cuisiner de leurs mains. Et moi, je trouve ça quand même important. Ce n'est pas seulement un montant d'argent, c'est aussi vraiment un partage physique. Et puis, ça m'a touchée, ça m'a plu. Alors, j'ai accepté de faire partie pour cette journée de lancement. Et lorsque j'ai su aussi que c'était avec l'Académie culinaire, parce qu'il y a toujours ce côté technique aussi, lorsqu'on est invité à être des chefs ou à donner des recettes ou à cuisiner, où serons-nous placés? Sera-t-il question de camping? Parce que ça arrive aussi lorsqu'on est invité à cuisiner pour des événements. Alors j'étais très à l'aise quand j'ai su que ce serait dans les cuisines de l'Académie culinaire et puis ils ont une réputation super. Alors je pense qu'on va bien s'amuser ce soir et puis ça va être un bon moyen d'échanger et puis de faire du bien.